Well, howdy freaking ho, people. I'm Lisa. Thanks for coming by. I don't even remember what I usually say. It's been quite a while since I've done a YouTube video, which I'm like, hello, what are you doing with all your time? Fucking around, going to sleep early, whatever, hanging out with, I'm still seeing the guy, the 6'6" guy that I met on the street, hit on the street and took home, and I got Invisalign, so if I start sucking on my teeth, I'm sorry. Man, I think it's been like 3, maybe 4 weeks since I've done a bit. Like, it's been so long, I don't even know where to begin, what to say, what to talk about. Got Invisalign, my car battery died, that was a whole ordeal. I think I've been so active on Snapchat with all my rants and shit that I kind of like, once I do that, it just takes away all the excitement of talking about what happened. Like, that day when my car battery died was a whole adventure. Like, I live in apartments. These construction dudes were working on the street outside of the apartments, out on the other side of the fence, and I had to like get their attention, help them, have them come in to the apartment complex and help me jump my car. And then I went to my dentist appointment and got my Invisalign shit taken care of. And yeah, no, my car's dead again, and had to have a random person from the shop next door come and jump it, and blah blah blah. Stressed about money, brick's been slow. Like, it's been very great at the salon though, with the summertime back to school, but now, you know, it's school time. I cannot wait for football season. It starts this week. Hopefully my second job picks up. It should. I am so desperate for money. I have been slacking off, which is fine, whatever, but at the same time, like, I stay spending the same amount of money while I'm making less money. I'm really just trying to show off my shoulders because I've been working out hard. I still eat like trash, but I feel like they're starting to shape up a little bit, which is getting me pumped. And I have like no desire to eat trash this last week or two, which is good. My Mexico trip is coming up, so I'm like, I still look like a potato. I want to be Instagram hot. So I'm thinking next week I'm probably going to start meal prepping. It's going to be really freaking hard working 2 jobs, and I think cooking is one thing, but like cleaning after you cook is a whole, I mean, I typically clean as I go, but I think I'm just like not excited to have like the same food for a week, and I just need to do it. I need to eat more food and clean food, because I like cook breakfast and then I buy dinner, and in between I'll have like a meal replacement shake, which I feel like my body's starting to reject. I don't really know what's been going on with my body, but the last like week or two, I've definitely been hitting that toilet like immediately after I eat. And I went to the doctor today for my woman shit, and I brought that up, and she was like, you're probably okay when there's a change in diet. I haven't been eating as much trash, like fast food and shit, but she was just like, yeah, when there's a change in diet, or depending on what you eat, you will have to poop. She was just like, as long as it's not diarrhea every single time, you're probably good. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just keep an eye out on what I'm eating and try not to eat so much processed shit. But anywho, I was just like, I don't even know what I want to talk about today. I just know that I need to do a video, because if I don't do it today, I'm going to be like, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow turns into another week and another week. And I'm like, I need to do this. Just because I'm seeing someone doesn't mean I should give up my hobbies and give up my dream on making you guys laugh. And Snapchat isn't enough. So today, I think I want to talk about weed and its fucking effect on my brain yet again. So I definitely decided for the 5th time that it is no good for me. Okay, it is no good. I love it. Being high is fun. Eating high is fun. Watching shit is fun. Laughing is fun. It's all fun. And then, you know, the next few days after that, you know, if I smoke too much, if I get too high, or if I'm smoking too often, it really fucks with my brain, my mental health. So I started smoking with, I don't even know if I need to come up with, I'm just gonna call him 66. I don't know how he feels about me talking about him on the internet. But 66, my boyf. Not boyfriend yet. We talked about it, taking it slow, but let's just call him my boyf. For or 66, whatever. So he likes to smoke, yeah, every now and then. So smoking with him was a really fun time, and then I was like, no, I can't. And this is why. But then the last time I made steaks, I was like, I want to eat this whole fat ass thing, this whole bitchin' ass ribeye. I make pretty freaking great steaks. Anyway, I was like, I want to eat this whole thing. I think I want to smoke so I can eat the whole thing. Turns out I don't need to be high to eat the whole thing, because my birthday, Monday, Labor Day, everything was closed and I wanted to go to Texas de Brazil. All I freaking wanted was some lobster bisque and some steaks. But they were closed, and I was like, bitch, I want lobster bisque and I want steaks. It's my birthday. I mean, I went out on Saturday, but you know, it's Monday. It's my day off. It's my birthday. I'm spending time with my boyf, and I'm like, I want to eat. So, made lobster bisque, made steaks, boom, boom, boom. It was amazing. I ate the whole thing. Anyway, so the time before that, the first time I made a steaks, no, oh my God, that's the third time I made a steaks. Wow. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna sound like a nerd for the next 14 weeks because I'm not gonna take these out. I don't know how long or how many videos or tries it's gonna take me to do one video, but whatever. So I'm sorry if I'm sucking my teeth. Anyway, wow, that's the third time. Yeah, that's the third time I've made a steaks. Oh, lucky man. So, first time I made a steaks, cool. The second time I made a steaks, that was when I got hella freaking stoned. And he even said that it was like, whatever, like stronger stuff. Because we were eating. I was so stoned, I no longer had the desire to chew my food. It was a pain for me. It was annoying, tedious. I was so stoned. It felt like, you know how when you do shrooms and acid, you laugh a fuck ton. I was laughing that much on weed. We were watching the comedy roasts, and I was just dying the whole entire time. Okay, we had a great time, but here comes the anxiety. This effect. The only way I can describe what weed does to me is like if someone who isn't depressed takes antidepressants, or if someone who doesn't struggle with anxiety takes anxiety medicine. Like it's not good for you at all. It does not benefit you in any way and makes things worse. So for me, I'm just so uppity up. I need control of my thoughts. I feel like that is how I'm able to be who I am, like chill, calm, cool, collected. Things do not bother me. Big things don't bother me. Little things, you know, like I'm like, but just in kind of like a funny, annoyed way, but then, you know, I get over it. But like big things don't really bother me. Like breaking up, or if someone stops talking to you, or blah, 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 like it's just brushing off the shoulder, you know, like I said, calm, cool, collected. And how I am able to do that is because I need that control, and I thrive off of that control. I'm just like, shit happens. You learn from it, you accept it, you know, like you can't change it, you can't make it not happen, so why worry about, you know, like the only thing you can do is, I forgot the quote, but whatever. So that night, it all started when we were done watching, we were still watching TV, blah, 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 I was laying there, and then he just, like, goes off to bed. He's not the type of person that says, you know, like, good night, whatever. It's just not who he is. And he just goes off to bed without, like, saying anything. I thought maybe he was taking a shit, or maybe he was, like, doing something in the room, but, like, 5-10 minutes goes by, and he's still in there, and I was like, so I think I was like, are you going to bed? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh. And then eventually I go to bed, like, 5 minutes after that, and I just barge in and I'm like, do you still like me? And he had already fallen asleep, scared the shit out of him, blah, 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 blah. And, oh no! So this is where it all began. So I started smoking with him for funsies, and each time was still fun, and I was hanging out with him a lot because people are asking me for my shifts, and I'm giving them my shifts, and I'm hanging out with him, which is fun, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I think each time, that week or two that I hung out with him, we smoked, which was fun and fine. But each time, the thought lingered in my head, what are we? You should ask him. When I'm sober, even, like, at work, when people ask, so, are y'all official yet? Or clients, are y'all official yet? And I'm just like, I don't think so, and I don't really care. Like, I like him a lot. I think he likes me, and I kind of like where this is. You know, like, obviously it's heading somewhere, hopefully, but, like, it's cool. Sober me. High me is like, oh, what if you're not on the same page? What if he doesn't like you? Blah, blah, blah. You should ask him. You should ask him. And so I did. Turns out we weren't exactly on the same page. Like, I had already met his kids, his childhood friends, dad, blah, blah, blah. For me, those are big things. For him, it wasn't like, oh, this is the girl that I'm gonna marry. And obviously, like, hello, I'm not here to get married. And like I said, I'm not afraid to be alone, but if someone wants to do this dance with me, I'm all for it. I'm here for it. I like him a lot. He is a great person. I see who he is. I like who he is. And I feel like he could be the type of person that I would want to grow with. But we talked about it. He said, I do like you. I want to take things slow. And that was fine. But for me, being high, the triggering words, he did say, I think that, yes, I think you do like me a little more than I like you, but I still like you, blah, blah, blah. I didn't hear that part. For me, it was like, just instant, like, you're not good enough. These things are so triggering for me based on my past, always thinking or wondering what's wrong, or always feeling like there is something wrong with me, on top of the, like, toxic relationship, non-relationship that I was in before Corey, with the whole, well, he told me in the beginning that he didn't want a relationship, but I was like, well, if I do this, if I do that, then maybe he'll love me and he'll want to be with me. So all of that is triggering when I don't have that control. So when I'm high, I do not have that control. I don't have that control. So I was tossing and turning. Well, number one, I was stoned as shit and I passed out immediately after the conversation. But I woke up in a huge panic at like 1 or 2 a.m., like panicking, like, and here's why. There were 3 things I was stressed about, and this is what I knew, like, bitch, you're freaking out because you're on drugs, was the triggering, you're not good enough. Number 2, I felt like shit, like a piece of shit for giving up my shifts to hang out with a guy who potentially might not want to be with me. So it was like, 1, you're not good enough. 2, here you go again doing all of this for someone who probably doesn't want to be with you. And 3, ghosts. Because every day that we had hung out, he had talked about something about that in some kind of sense, and something he watched, or some, like, hunter type show or orbs and shit, like every single time. And I tell him every single time, I don't like that, I don't want to hear about that, I don't like that, don't like that. So those were the 3 things that I was stressing about, and it was like a cycle. Like a very, very quick cycle. You're not good enough. I can't say it quickly enough because I have my freaking Invisalign in. It was like, you're not good enough. You're trash for not working and spending time with the guy, and ghosts. It was like a cycle, back and forth, back and forth. This, that, this, that, this, that. And I kept getting up. I had to drink water. I had to go to the bathroom. And every time I went to the bathroom, I was like, oh my God, what if there's one right here next to me? What if there's one like right in the shower hiding? What if there's one in the closet? And I'd go back to bed and it was like, you're not good enough, you're trash. What if there's one like hovering over my face? What if there's one like snuggling me behind me or holding me or whatever? Like it was just, and how quickly I'm talking right now is literally how fast it was in my brain. And he thought that I was just like shitting a lot and I had an upset stomach because I told him I did not feel good and I kept going to the bathroom. But no, I was literally freaking out because I was so high. And so the next day, we did not start off well. He had the kids. I think the kids were a little rowdy in the morning. He didn't sleep well. I didn't sleep well. It just was not a good start for the day. On top of me texting the girl who picked my shift, trying to take my shift back, and also texting my manager like, oh, hey, I might want to work, blah, 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 blah. And it was a couple exchanges that they sent to me while I was back in bed and my phone was lighting up. And he's a very light sleeper, so that did not make him happy. So yeah, the next day was not great. And it was just very awkward. I didn't feel good at all. I was still very in like panicky mode. And he was just like, I think that you just feel this way because I told you something that you didn't want to hear. And I was just like, believe you me. It is not because of that. It is because of the drugs. Like, I do not trip over people not wanting to be with me. Not that he doesn't want to be with me, but like, yeah, you want to take things slow? Okay, great. You know, like, oh, even if he were like, even if it wasn't him, even if it was someone who really did like me and said that they, you know, this isn't working out, I definitely would not trip over it at all. Like, if that were the case, you know, like, would I be sad for a split second? But I mean, I'm glad I got to meet him. He's sexy as hell, you know. It was great spending time with him, but here we go, on to the next, because why? You know, because I know my worth and I know what I have to offer, and I'm very sure of what I want, sure of how I feel. I'm not afraid to express my feelings, and if that scares you, that's your problem, not me. Like, I have grown enough to know that that has nothing to do with me and only everything to do with you, which is fine, you know, so it's no biggie. So I was just like, I promise you it's not because of that. Like, I am definitely fine with taking things slow. My feelings have not changed. It literally is the drugs. I can't do that anymore. So I decided not to smoke. But the second time I made us steaks, I was like, I want to eat this whole fat ass thing. And so we smoked. I got hella high. And he went to bed without saying anything. And that started the anxiety. And I think the next day was a Sunday, and I think I was definitely being very weird. I definitely was in a fucking weird ass mood. And I kind of just asked him what he was doing tomorrow because I wanted to see him, which, you know, is my day off. And he had already, you know, he's doing shit, classes started, he has to buy a new car, blah, blah, blah. And I did not take that well because this is like coming down high, Lisa. And I took it as, oh, he doesn't want to spend time with me. I felt like he was making me feel weird for wanting to spend time with him, or like if I was doing too much, which we had the conversation the last time I got really stoned about, like, he doesn't want me to stop doing what I'm doing, you know, like, when I was high, I immediately felt my guard go up, like, it kind of makes me not want to give you my all because it's a very high risk. But at the same time, when I'm sober, I'm just like, I'm not gonna hold back on how I feel. But it's very contradicting, you know, high me and sober me. So it's like a freaking fight within itself in my mind, and it was just very stressful. So I was being very weird. I went on a huge rant on my way to work about how I felt. I just felt really angry, very irritable, very like, blah, like I want to punch a hole in the wall, like I want to literally strangle someone. There was a thought that crossed my mind when I was driving to work, like, I wonder what it would feel like if I just crashed my car right now, you know? And I don't fucking think that shit sober at all, because I have control, because I'm cool, calm, collected. Like, I need that. I need to be chill. I guess this is how some people feel on a regular basis who do struggle with anxiety. I hated it. I can't even stand it for a day, for like 2-3 days, because I'm always usually pretty groggy after. But holy shit, I don't know how you guys do it, but I can't. That's not me. I don't like that. Ugh. So yeah, like I was just being very weird, and I didn't really know how to take it anymore, because I was just like, does he even really like me? And I was just like, well, if I'm gonna be if I'm gonna be working my regular shifts and not giving up my shifts all the time, like, we're not gonna see each other. And I think I just expected that we would hang out every single chance that I can, like Mondays all day, Sundays when I get off, Saturday when I get off, just because that's what I would want. But again, like, we both have our own fucking lives and we don't have to hang out all the time. But because of the grogginess of the weed, that's how I felt. I was just like, I make so much time for you, and this is my only day off and you don't want to see me? That's literally how I felt. I was being such a huge fucking brat in my mind. I was getting on my own damn nerves, literally. So that Sunday, I was like, well, if we're not going to hang out tomorrow, can I see you tonight? And he was like, I feel like you're being kind of weird, or you're in a weird mood. Yes, I was. And he's like, I kind of want to be alone today. I did not take that well. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Does he even like me? What the hell? Like, I don't even know what to think, what to feel anymore. My guard went completely up. My feelings detached immediately. Turns out, that's my toxic trait. I am so like, I'm not afraid to be alone and blah, blah, blah. And like, so like independent and love being alone, that I did not realize that I am scared of relationships. Not that I'm scared of relationships, but I am afraid. I just was very much in runaway mode for sure, because we weren't texting. We don't really text, honestly, because he hates texting. But there were just some exchanges where I was just like, I wasn't really sure if he's like joking or if this is like, I was just like, if we're not hanging out and we're not texting, how am I supposed to know that you still like me? And I was just getting super into my fucking head, wanting to play games. I was like, well, I'm just going to try really hard not to text him. And if he doesn't text me back all week, then I'll probably just block his number and ghost him. I don't do that shit. I do not play those games. Oh my God, I hate high me. Well, I love high me, but I hate the Comedown high me. I hated that. I ended up... So when my car battery died or whatever, I did a Snapchat rant about it, and he like called me, asked me if he was okay, if I was okay, said that I could have called him and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, honestly, you didn't even come to mind. And he's like, what? Like, he's like, that kind of hurts my feelings that you said that you didn't have anyone to call, or you had no one or whatever, like, you can depend on me. And I was just like, honestly, like, I've just felt, because of the fucking drugs, that we're not on the same page at all. I just felt really weird, and my feelings detached. That's how I protect myself. Apparently that's toxic. And I'm sorry I didn't mean to hurt your feelings or make you feel that way, but you did not come to mind. Because I detached my feelings, I was like, well. But after he mentioned that, I was like, well, good. Because I kind of understand where we stand now, and I think it's important for us to have this conversation, which I wanted to have the conversation. Communication is so fucking important to me, but I didn't want to do it over text, and I wanted to do it face to face, so I was just going to wait till the next time we hung out, but I was just like, I can't, because who knows if that's going to be in a couple days, if that's going to be like a whole other week. Like, I can't stress out about this shit for a whole week. It's going to drive me insane, which it almost did. So, yeah, I was just like, I'm just going to call you while my client's processing, because I need to talk to you about this. It's really important to me. And he was just like, yeah, okay. And I called him, and we just cleared the air. I was like, I can't smoke anymore. I thought maybe I could every now and then, but I can't. I can't do it regularly, / I can't get too high. And he said, yeah, this stuff that he had was like really strong, so that fucking makes sense to why I was so... This hand gesture is the only way I can describe it. So out of my freaking mind. So we cleared the air, we talked about where we stood, what's important to us, blah, 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 blah. Things are fucking great, taking it slow. This is new for me, this is very new for me. Corey was my first adult relationship. Everything else was just flings for him. And yeah, things happened extremely quickly with us, for sure. Like, within a month and a half, he moved to Texas. Separated from his wife / started seeing me. Starting over. Within a month and a half, he moved to Texas. We met. We became friends. He talked about his marriage to all of us. Well, when I started to develop feelings for him, I did not know he was married. Everyone else knew he was married that I worked with, who knew him because he was a regular at my job. Wow, I'm just rambling on. But whatever. Within a month and a half, yeah, he moved to Texas. We met, we became friends, we started dating, I moved in. Like, that happened so fast. So I have no true concept of a timeline. I think there isn't really a timeline. But for me, with Corey, everything made sense. We got on really well. I liked him so much. He liked me so much. Everything was just wow, this is happening, and this is happening fast. And we both loved it. But with me and my current boyf, he wasn't in... Well, Corey wasn't in a great relationship / marriage either. Yeah. Am I just subconsciously attracting people who had terrible relationships or what? But yeah, Mark wants... Oh. My boy wants to take it slow because he has, more things to lose. I don't have anything to lose. I'm not afraid. I guess the only thing I am afraid of is not being good enough. And that's where my toxicity trait comes in, where I'm a head out SpongeBob meme. I told him too, I was like, I'm not even kidding. I was gonna wait till Tuesday, and if we weren't gonna hang out by then I was just gonna I was just ready to be done. And I explained to him where it started, why I got mad that he went to bed without telling me, and he's just that's just silly. That's not me, that's you. And I'm it is me. The whole time in my mind I was I was like, I'm literally just trying to find reasons to dip because I'm fucking scared. So I'm definitely glad that we had that conversation, and now I'm like at peace with my mind. I know I really can't smoke, which makes me sad because being high is so much fun, but I can't. Like, my mental health is so freaking important to me. Maybe eventually I can when I learn how to just stop after 1 or 2 hits, you know, like not reaching for it several times throughout the day or the night. But yeah, I do have history of substance abuse for fucking sure. I used to get drunk all the goddamn time. All of the time. Thought I was having a great time. Wasn't. You know? And same with weed. My whole last half of my relationship with Corey, I was high all the time. And I thought, what's the difference between this and like having a beer or 2 at the end of the day? The difference is I was literally numbing myself and I didn't realize it. Anytime he came home late, if he didn't text me back to let me know if he was safe or how long he was gonna be, reach for the pen. If we got in an argument, reach for the pen, because it made me feel chill. I don't need to fight. And gotta wrap this up. And yeah, definitely a history of substance abuse for sure. So I'm like, I want to do it. It's fun, but I shouldn't if I don't know how to stop after 1 or 2 hits, you know, like we'll figure it out as life goes on. But really sad that I can't do it. But you know, like me freaking out over a little dumbass shit and almost self-sabotaging a potential great relationship, like that's just fucking stupid. And that's not me. Anyways, I'm hitting the 30 freaking minute mark. I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna do a quick little video, and I tell myself that every single time, but whatever. Songs on repeat. I've been listening to a lot of freaking songs, so I'll just put it down in the comment, whatever, about me section, whatever. I have been obsessed with Dance Monkey from Tones and I. That song is the fucking shit. But anyways, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Follow me on Instagram, Hair by Lisa Left Eye. Snapchat, Chandler Liz, where I live my best life. Ha ha ha. Bye, thanks. I wish there was music, but there's not.